actually. So, or not. GD
Okay.
streams.
So
Live
while I
stream.
was gone, let's see here. I got a $2 tip. People are tipping you, trying to encourage you to play along with how bad the game is, but you are ignoring them. What are you talking about?
That fan makes a good point. The person makes a good point. He's asking a question. He's asking a legit question that, you know. Let's rewind that back and see what question.
What are you talking about?
Wait.
Huh? See here. I got a $2 tip. People are tipping you, trying to encourage you to play along with how bad the game is, but you are ignoring them. What are you talking about?
This is what I'm talking about. He wants people to buy in on this stuff. He wants people to buy in on this rigmarole of any game he wants to buy, or they have they have to pay for it. The people have to pay for it. Apparently, he says he's well off to where he's saving money. Well, here's the thing: that if people wouldn't have given them money, then you know the greediness is real on this retrospect of what I'm getting at. So when somebody asks a legit question like that, he shouldn't have been like confused and said, "Oh, no." He should have been asking. He should have been saying, "You know what? You're right. I need to literally get better or do something better." And whether he went to the gym or not, it's whether you make an improvement on your life, it should reflect. If you're making a positive outlook, go to church. Have a personal relationship with Jesus Christ. Have a personal relationship with Him. Go to church. Have a personal relationship with Jesus Christ. Because if you don't, it's gonna pass you by. You just it's you know to think that people out in this world, you know, that don't want that. Well, you should want it. So let's get going here.
Huh? No one tipped me. In fact, I think you're the third tip of the day, and there were 0 tips that came in during Gollum. I don't know what the hell you're talking about. Anyway, Gollum I'll be honest, it wasn't a bad game in regards to like, oh, it's bad and it's good to laugh at. It was just boring as shit. Like the game just literally doesn't need to exist because it's just boring.
He wants the game to not to exist. Well, here's the thing: games are gonna exist whether you like it or not. DSP. One, because game developers think that they take the time out of their time and their day to develop this game. Two, they if they're an owner or a developer, that's especially risky because they're risking their time and everything else just to make a game to see if it will jive with the audience or drive with people that, hey, this is a game that I made. Check it out. If you don't like it, let me know. And people gotta realize this, that there are some games that are you're not not your cup of tea. There's games that are not my cup of tea. There's games that are not other people's cup of tea. Everybody has variations of what games that they want to play. Him, per instance, he wants the easiest game possible to bottle feed him, or his people, or his dents that want to spoil a game for him or spoil it, or he looks up guides and stuff. I believe the latter on that he looks up guides and everything else. So let's continue.
So there's nothing you can do with that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yes, there is. You can do something about it. Play better, or select better games, or just don't make it boring. Make it meaningful and make it content.
like, what am I supposed to do with that to make it entertaining for you? The game's not entertaining.
By challenging yourself. That's all you have to do as a gamer. Challenge yourself. Make goals. Make certain goals in a game.
I'm not a skit comedian who played through the entire game, did a playthrough of it. I have it recorded, and then I can do scripted segments of me dressing up like Gollum and acting out comedy skits. That's not what I do. I just play games and I react to them. And the game was not good, and there's nothing to really say about it. It's just boring, right? Okay.
Nobody asks you to become a comedian or a skit comedian or anything like that. You were the question was they had to tip you to ask you this question. So you should answer this question. You shouldn't dodge it. You should really be like, okay, well, what could I? You should open your suggestions and say, hey, what should I do to become, to do it better, and blah blah blah. Your audience is gonna be your best critics. My, you know, the audience is gonna be your best critics. That's who your critics are. Is your audience.
Laugh at it. Laugh at what? There was nothing funny. That's what I mean. The game wasn't funny. If the game was so laughably bad that you go to crime on the wall and
Even if your detractors are your critics, they're your most reasonable critics that go and see what flaws you have or what you can do better. You just you always do damage control. You always try to do damage control, and it seems to fail. But you need to really look at the bigger picture on your business. Technically, your business or whatever, your scamming business or whatever you want to call it. I think it's a scamming business. I wouldn't put any money into your content, and because you're not putting any effort.
Gollum shot into the sky, right? Or if the game was crashing and breaking down, if the graphics were awful, like none of that. The game was just boring to play.
If it was crashing or breaking down, or if it was just boring to play, find another game to play instead of pissing and moaning on your stream about it. All you have to do is put a poll up and say, hey, what other games are available should I play? Or make it entertaining. At least make it entertaining for your audience. Because they don't find you entertaining.
That was the problem with it, right? So there's nothing I can do about that. Besides say, okay, it's boring. Let's move on. Let's do something else. Because that was too boring, right? I want to do something different. Okay. Positivity Gaming said,
And some of the people in the comment section make a good point. If you are boring, then you are boring. The game got patched, dude. So, you know, the audience of duties never ceases to amaze me because it's the fact that they they know they're like the smart people of the group that know, hey, this is what's going on. This is the solution you could do, or just don't play it. They make sense. They make better sense. The detractors make really better sense. They have receipts of everything. This guy don't have receipts on anything. So he He's just spitting out nonsense.
I think they're trying to say it's your job to be entertaining. You're the entertainer. You're supposed to be the one providing the funny. So if that's the premise, then
True, you are the entertainer. You're supposed to be providing good content that people are watching, yet you are not providing good content. You are providing boring content. And the people are making sense. The people that are talking to you, that are trying to tell you, make it better. They're trying to tell you, and yet you are not listening.
we'll just not do this then. We'll do something different. We'll just hang out and we'll talk all day and I'll
This is what he wants to do. No gaming, talk all day, and make his money that way. The laziest form of the laziest form, and I'm sorry, it this may make other people mad, but the laziest form of content is him just sitting there in a stream doing nothing, not even entertaining. Other people can do that and they can entertain right off the bat. I mean, come on. Do a little bit better, buddy. I mean, you gotta try hard. You gotta ask people for advice. I'm sorry for pausing back and forth, but I have a lot to say on this one.
entertain you. Or we'll play games that you know you're enjoying and we'll do that. It's not my job to make a bad game good, you idiot. That's not my job. It's not my
Again, Phil Lover, 2094. It's your job to make it entertaining. Again, they are correct. And the positivity gaming, I think they're trying to say that it's your job to be entertaining since you are the entertainer. You're supposed to be the providing the funny. You could have done an impression of Gollum. People are making sense. It's just
job to say, oh, here's a game that everyone knows is bad. Phil's gonna somehow make it good. No, no, that's not what I do. We could do things that we already
that is your job as a content creator. Content creator. You create content. You have Your job is to sit there and make it funny or make it eventful. Make it make it eventful. Make your content eventful to the point where people are gonna find it good or funny. They're gonna get off the stream and say, "Well, this guy's funny." Excuse me. Sorry. Uh, your job as a content creator is to make content, is to make meaningful content, is to make entertaining content. That is what a content creator is.
know are entertaining. Literally, I sit here and I talk with you guys, chill with Phil for 2-3 hours, and people all have a great time. We have great conversation. People support, right? Just today, the intro to the stream. I hung out with you guys for 90 minutes. You guys were having a great time.
One guy that says stop derailing the stream and support. I mean, that's DSP's biggest complaint is, oh, everybody's derailing my content and streams. No, he derails it on his own. The way he is narcissistically, just he goes after his viewers constantly. It's just like every stream is like a a circus. It's like, hello, what's gonna happen in Phil's circus today? Let's see.
Time. We hit our first goal, right? So what are you talking?
Yeah, because people keep giving him money. 177 out of 300. I wouldn't even give this guy $300. I wouldn't even give him $1. That's the content. It's not worth it. It's just if he would have revised his content and said to himself, okay, what can I do better on the content and actually improve, then I would consider it. But no, I'm not going to consider donating or anything like that because they're with YouTubers, they find people that with YouTubers, they find the 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 people that sponsor them. They find companies that sponsor. Find a sponsor instead of always relying on your people, on your flipping whales to always donate, to always do this and that. That's why you're hitting dry spells every time because you're just shaking them out of every dollar that they have.
About. I love when people want to put it on me. No, fuckface.
It is on you, and yet again, you're being toxic to your audience right now. Look at this.
That's not how it works. There's a million things that we could be doing right now that are entertaining. Maybe that particular game wasn't one of them, right? Now you guys voted for ET. Let's play ET. And let's see if I can figure it out, right? And figure out how to play. And if it's entertaining to watch or whatever. Particularly, I remember the game being awful. Even when I had it on Atari, I hated it.
I wouldn't even call him a king. He's not even a king of hate or anything like that. That moniker, he doesn't deserve that moniker. He shouldn't have had that moniker to begin with. The king of hate, all this stuff. No. I mean, that no, I wouldn't even call him that. I wouldn't even call him anything. It's not even worth it. It's just not.
Okay, so there you go. Let's see if that's entertaining. If not, we move on to another. If we do 3 or 4 and none of this is entertaining, then we'll do something else that's entertaining to everyone, right? The idea was that worst games ever. People thought, oh, you should play all these bad games. It'll be fun, right? Well, then let's do that. If it's not fun, we'll do something else. It's not, here, Phil, here's a pile of dirt. Make that into gold. The fuck are you talking about? You're an idiot.
It's called, the meaning of that means make a game that is boring, make it entertainable. Most like Planet Crafter, make that entertaining. Like when I play Planet Crafter, I may not talk as much. I try to interact with people. I try to make it entertaining. I try my best. I do. I I talk. I talk about games. I talk about any other thing. Talk about topics. Your people in the stream want to hear about topics about other games or anything else, like in the world today, what's going on. You know, you really need to work on yourself a lot more.
Good Lord. Now I look stupid. I had my cap on and I look stupid.
Oh, poor DSP, looking stupid. Get humbled, man. You need to be humbled instead of being a narcissistic person that you are. Humble yourself because you think you're humble. I mean, getting all this flack for a reason. You're getting it for a reason. And guess what, buddy? You're not. You just keep. You're not improving a lot.
Okay. Okay, so I'm going to ban this guy because, again, he has nothing to say. He literally has nothing in response to say besides insulting me. So get fucked because you're an idiot. I publicly humiliated you like the fucking moron you are. And now
He thinks he publicly humiliates people. All they have to do is make another sock account. And I begin to believe Duty and everybody else that says that he does have a Discord or something to talk to his whales about fake supporting himself or whatever. But to the people that give him actual money, come on, man, you're enabling this behavior. It's just this behavior. He is entitled. He thinks he's better than everybody else, and this is what I get from this. Just by watching him alone, just by getting his aura alone, you know, as a Christian guy, I shouldn't be judging. I like my opinion, let alone this guy is greedy. This guy is what you want to avoid at the end times because all he's gonna love is himself and money and stuff.
we'll move on, okay? All right, well, since no one on Kick would tell me what Kick voted for, I guess we're going to start with ET now. So we'll try ET. We'll see if it's any good. All right. And then after ET, we'll see if we have time because, like I said, the food's coming around 4-ish. So I don't think we're going to play ET for 90 minutes, to be.
Yep. What sound does the pig make 99? That's funny. Did Do your job. Yeast Lord 88, it was your pull. Somebody says W King filtered the detractors again. No, you didn't filter the detractors, buddy. And here's the thing. This guy is wrong. This guy is wrong. He thinks he felt the detractors because people are stupid enough to give him money. Excuse me for calling people stupid, but you are when you give them money, when you give him money and you enable his uh his attitude like this because he thinks he's better than y'all. It like I don't even think that. I don't think that. I don't think I'm better than anybody. I pray every day and I read my Bible. I'm not better than anybody. I'm just saying that, morally and spiritually, I'm, you know, there's times where I struggle, but there's times where I feel good, where I feel okay, because, Jesus is my foundation. And he should have made that his foundation. But yet again, he's making money his foundation.
Be honest. So maybe we'll do something else fast too. And then we will continue. Okay? Europe Gaming, 48 months as a member. He says 4 years of support, love and support. Thank you so much to Europe Gaming for 48 months. You're awesome. Okay? Awesome, awesome. Okay.
Again, Garth Janariak, don't you have access to the full DSP game and reel? The YouTubers that do the polls, they should have access to the polls at all times. They give you the tools to do it. Access the polls. Show the receipt right there, buddy. Because people have receipts. And they're going to call you out on it.
Don't I have access to the poll? No, the polls disappear after 5 minutes. You can't make a poll show up longer than 5 minutes on Kick. It literally auto delists and deletes itself. I know that sounds incredibly stupid because it is, but that's how Kick works. The polls are pretty worthless. You have to be sitting there for the poll to know what's going on with the poll.
Again, people help him break the goal to do a DoorDash order again. And he should be saving money instead of spending all of it.
And by the way, I have not missed any significant kicks, correct? I'm seeing all one kick, one kick, one kick. We haven't missed any, right? Because remember, I can't see them. I'm looking at my queue, and I don't see anything above, like one kick to shout out. So, okay. All right, so a few reminders. Every $100 of support, I'm taking a shot today. So far, I've only had one shot, and it was hours ago. So I don't have a buzz at all. I would like to take a shot of this new bourbon that I got for the event.
Hey everybody, he wants to take another shot of bourbon. $100, people. $100. Give me $100. No, that I wouldn't even give him $100 for that one.
It is a brand new bourbon. I've never even tasted it. It says that it is a woody rye spice. So obviously, I'd like to try it when we hit 200. So if you support the stream, we'll get that going. All right. Every 150 of support is another goal hit towards our DSP Tries It. We talked about it this morning. The new DSP Tries It will be Indian food, which I have not done in quite some time. The last time I had Indian food on the show was over 3 years ago. So it'll be fun to try some Indian food and maybe do some different stuff that I haven't done before. So that'll be at when we hit 10 goals. We're currently at 2. Okay. Excellent. And no, I never. What is Retromania? I've never heard of Retromania. No, never heard of that. We don't want to play ET sober. Well, then you gotta get me boozed up. What are you doing? We're at 175. You could or 177. You could easily get me to 200. I'll take a shot right now. If someone contributes big, it gets to 300, I'll take 2 shots back to back immediately. Okay?
That's $200. You'd be bringing him over the $300 limit almost right there, or at it. So nah, I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't even support that. Like seriously, he could have what he could have done was he could have switched it up, did something different instead of sitting there just dead air most of the time and just saying spewing out nonsense and just sitting there chilling and be like, "Well, I gotta start my stream soon," and that's how he milks you out of the money. That's how he gets you. Is he double streams or triple streams or even more than that, just to rack, just to shake the piggy bank, man, of all these other people that are just giving him money. It's just ridiculous. I find it to be appalling. If you had a sponsorship, you wouldn't need to be doing this every day. You could take a few days off because if the sponsorships roll in and they get make you money, guess what? There's nothing wrong with sponsorships. If there's a product that you're passionate about, then be that be that shill. Be that shill for that product that you stand for.
An old school 2D wrestling game. Oh no. Never played it. Retromania? No. Is it new? You say it's old school, but is it
Again, shout out to Duty Streams. Um, I could take this video down if you don't want me to restrain or just you know say my opinion on this video, but I think your opinions, Duty, are spot on about this guy. This guy's a scammer. That this guy just doesn't care. He just doesn't care. It's remarkable to see so many scammers on here. It's just, or let me rephrase. Well, it's too late to rephrase, but so many scammers like him, Wings, and Boogie. That's what I mean. But like I said, it's astonishing. But he lost his Twitch partnership because he said racial slurs. But I think it's because he broke TOS because he was begging too.
like one of those throwback games from recent years? Yeah, I like shots. There's nothing wrong with shots. Ross says, "Do I actually like shots?" He can't handle them because he's a lightweight. No, I'm good with shots. What are the other games on the list for today? Let's take a look before we start here with ET. We got Big Rigs. I could get Bubsy 3D. I'd have to buy the collection, but I'm okay with that. If you guys want me to try Bubsy 3D, ET, which we're gonna do next. Skull Island: Rise of Kong, Action 52, Shaolin versus Wu Tang Legends, and there's a few others that are possible, like Suicide Squad. I could get it. It's only like $1.50. Um, or Homefront: The Revolution. But to be honest, I don't think Homefront: The Revolution is gonna be good for the marathon because I remember that game has a lengthy intro, and it probably would take too long to get through the intro to even get to something that's bad. That's why I didn't really put it on the list, but it was one that we had talked about at one point. So there you go. It came out 2021, so it is one of those throwback games. Gotcha. Is it? Skull Island is bad indeed. I would hope it's actually bad and not just boring like Gollum, right? Okay. Oh, interesting.
Again, more dead air and saying interesting. Well, if you're into a game, if you love a game and if you're into a game, you go with it, man. Just you you basically are just there and basically saying, "Well, oh, well, this is oh, this is interesting, blah blah blah." Well, here's the thing about this DSP. You're scamming your viewers, you're scamming your audience. It's I believe Duty and all these detractors have more receipts than you lead to lead on. This is why you should have had that lie detector test by Steve Cambion. I appreciated that interview too because I even appreciated the side scrollers interview because when I saw that in length, I sat there. It's like, well, you know, they had a right to lay into you because you were just lying. You were sitting there lying. Adam Kragler does not like liars. I don't either. That's the biggest ridiculous form of you know the worst you could do is lie to somebody, man, and you lied to everybody. It's just you know I mean, if Iron Chef Sakai comes back and donates to you more and more and more, I mean, he should have just stayed away and not donated to you. And I think he had every right to complain about you on his own stream. He was venting because you didn't understand. You weren't understanding. You just didn't understand. So I'm gonna stop rambling here.
Okay. All right. Okay. 1 sec. Give me 1 second, and then we're gonna play ET. Okay. By the way, is anyone gonna support to hit the goals? It would be great to get to 200 and do a shot before we play ET. At least I get a small buzz going, but let's see. All right, give me 1 sec. I'll be right back, and then we're gonna start. Visitors.
Okay, so I could do another one by duty, which you know maybe I should do a double feature, maybe a triple feature to stream Planet Crafter too. Um, you know what? I will do another. I will do it. Um, I'm gonna make this into one stream. This one. So if he's going autistic over a new AI green screen, he still can't get it to work, and that's the thing. So I'm gonna start this video.
The mutations, everything that's going on. All right. And so hopefully people will still keep showing up and engaging and supporting the streams. My concern is that if I was playing two survival horror games at once, that's too much. And that people would stop coming by for Chronos, that you'd all be so into Silent Hill F that no one would want to show up for Chronos anymore. And the Chronos streams would be nearly dead. However, that hasn't been the case. Yesterday, to give you guys some perspective, for Silent Hill F's premiere, we had about 300 viewers on YouTube. We had about 80 to 100 viewers on Kick. So around 400 viewers. That's not bad. It's certainly not amazing either. For a new game release, typically I do more than that, okay? Then, let's talk about support. For Silent Hill F yesterday, we barely hit $100 of support for the premiere of the first Silent Hill game in 13 years. Huh? Yeah, I know. I'm just as confused as probably you. So you're telling me Chronos the New Dawn does better, Silk Song does better, American Truck Simulator does better, even Street Fighter was doing better than Silent Hill.
Maybe because they like seeing you fail at most of these games. I mean, that's the thing. Is Duty's hitting everything on the head here. Like, I'm kind of like when I analyze what a detractor is saying about DSP, they have receipts. The detractors have receipts. I have to emphasize this. The detractors are always going to have receipts. And this guy is just, he's oblivious to this.
I have absolutely no idea. I can't explain it. I tried asking the audience. The only thing I can think of is that there were people who were supporters and they wanted to play the game themselves. Keep in mind that Silent Hill F doesn't actually release until Thursday, tomorrow. I paid extra to get the digital deluxe edition to play it early because tomorrow I'm not going to be here and I don't know when I'm going to be able to come back. So I wanted to play the game at least a couple of streams before I was going to possibly be away for a bit. And therefore, maybe there's some people who didn't get the digital deluxe and they don't want to spoil. So they're staying away. Or maybe they're just playing it themselves. I don't know. That's the only thing I can think to even justify the fact that we didn't have great attendance and we didn't even hit a support goal for the premiere of arguably one of the most hyped games of the year. Like, people were asking me all week, are you playing Silent Hill F? When are you playing it? Are you going to drop Chronos because we want to see Silent Hill? We had someone arguing with me the day before that I should just not play Chronos at all anymore and just play Silent Hill all day long. And I'm like, no, I don't want to drop Chronos. We're 20 hours in. I'm not going to drop this game that I invested a bunch of time in, I really like, and I want to see the end of, just because another survival horror game's coming out. So, yeah, I don't know what to say about it. I'm curious what'll happen today. Today's day 2. So maybe a lot of people who've been playing Silent Hill F now have had the opportunity to play through the initial parts of the game. And now we'll actually be able to get a better audience today, get some support. I don't know. I have no idea. Anyway, that was yesterday. All right. So, FYI, we're not done with Chronos yet. We're nearing the end of this area I'm in, which apparently is an epically hard boss from what people are telling me. And then there's a final area and a final boss and then the conclusion of the game. Will we beat the game tonight? Probably not. We're probably going to need one more stream to wrap up Chronos, which is fine. Again, I like the game a lot and I want to give it time because we spent so much time on it to give it a proper ending and see the ending and all of that. It just sucks. I really want
Giving so much time. He's extra begging here because he wants extra money. Here's the thing. He wants extra money, and that's the thing. Is that's how I see it. Is he wants extra money just because of the fact that he wants that extra money. He wants to chip people out of everything that they got. That's the ridiculousness of it. I'm sorry if my fan's going, but it's it's another scam. There's so many scams he runs, and people believe it. Some people end up giving him money just because, like, oh, I filtered the detractors. You're not felting the detractors. You're listening to this person, and you're getting felted yourself because when you get felted by giving it money, your account's taking the hit, buddy. Your account's taking the hit, not the detractors. They pretty much look at this content and say, well, he needs to do a lot better.
wanted to finish it before my possible time away starting tomorrow, and I wanted to finish it so that we weren't juggling 2 survival horror games, but I did my damnedest. I did my best. I played a lot of Chronos. Just take a look at the last 2 weeks or so since it came out. I played a lot of this game and still haven't beaten it, right? It's just really long. Which I'm okay with. Okay. I'm having a good time with the game, and I'm okay playing it longer. I really am. All right. Okay. So that's what happened last night. Now, some things to talk about. Some improvements to my streams. First of all, I'd like to show you something. Are you ready for this? First, I'm going to show it to you, and then I'm going to see if you can figure it out. Everyone ready? Hi, everyone. I'm in Seattle today. I'm actually broadcasting live from the city of Seattle. No, I'm not. Obviously, I'm in my studio, right? But has anyone noticed something different? Ready? I'm going to show you again. Okay, so here we are on set for the Level 1 podcast. Okay, and now here I am in Seattle. Is anyone noticing something different or new? Girl set figured it out. Girl set figured it out. Are you ready? I'm going to show you one more time.
He's complaining about his green screen. Okay, buddy. You need to stop complaining about your green screen, start fixing stuff. Fix on yourself, buddy. Because guess what? If your content doesn't improve, eventually people are just going to be just getting away from it eventually.
Studio. Seattle. All right, you ready? Let me point it out. Ladies and gentlemen, finally, a month after this happened, I was able to finally update OBS and my Stream Deck with new technology. What am I talking about? Well, a month ago, OBS updated with brand new NVIDIA background removal technology, meaning if you have an NVIDIA graphics card, you have this technology right now. Okay? So NVIDIA background removal tool allows you to remove the background and make it look like you're somewhere else. Now, it uses AI. It's not using any kind of color chroma key or anything like that, like previous technology. It's actually using artificial intelligence in order to do this. So I had this technology since what? January I've been using it, and it's good. I mean, it looks great when I use my face cam for video games and everything. It's absolutely outstanding. I love it, right? However, there's been one big problem. This stupid thing. What do I mean? This is my green screen chair cover. In order to have my chair be removed from the scenes, I had to cover it with this stupid green screen cover. And it's a hassle to have to stretch this on and off the chair between.
It's not a hassle. All you have to do is keep it on. I get why you want to take it off all the time. But if you're constantly streaming every day at a certain time, maybe you should keep it on. I mean, be smart about this because you take it off every time. I don't know why, because you're constantly there streaming. So I would keep it on. But yet you're acting like this is so much work, so much of a hassle. Well, guess what? You got it. You got the item. So guess what? It's your problem.
Every single stream, to take it off afterwards so I could do a podcast or I could do a daily rap or whatever it is. I hate having to put it on and take it off. Put it on and take.
You could still keep it on by doing the podcast or the daily rap. You don't need to have your chair showing every time, buddy. There's times where that, it you, your mundane crap is so boring. It's not even funny. You need to learn to content create better.
Take it off. And to be honest, it's already worn out. Like it already is getting holes in it and stuff. It's cheap. You know, it's not some high quality thing. They don't even really make a high quality chair cover like this. They're all cheap. Okay? So, you may notice something. Are you ready? That's right. I don't need this anymore because they updated the NVIDIA background removal tool with even smarter AI. It can now identify your chair and remove it from the scene.
Oh my gosh, he figured it out, people. Holy crap. Call the cavalry. He figured something out. Jeez.
Automatically. So this is outdated. I'll never have to use it ever again as long as the background removal tool keeps working. This is a great improvement. You're no longer going to have to wait and see me fumble this or forget about this. I start playing a game and I realize my chair is in the shot. The chair will never be in the shot. Okay? And just to show you what it'll actually look like, hold on. Here we are. So this is my new green screen for gaming. And as you can see, it actually is better than when I was using the chair cover. Sometimes the chair cover would have a glitch or an issue on the side. And actually, sometimes it would have like artifacting out here. I think they've improved it now. That will never happen. So it's going to actually be even better now when I play games. All right, which I'm very excited for, obviously. Okay, now here's the thing. I haven't been able to use it yet, and there's a reason. The reason is because when they updated OBS a month ago to have this technology, well, all the other companies that also work with OBS have to update for this new patched update. No one did. It took a month, and then finally OBS came out with full update 32 like a few days ago, and my Stream Deck finally had a patch, so now my Stream Deck will work with the new version. Okay, so we're good. Now my Stream Deck works. Now the green screen works without that. It's not green screen, it's a background removal tool. That works without the chair cover. This is a great improvement. All right, I'm very excited. This is excellent. And now my content will look even better. Hopefully no more artifacting and problems when I'm doing games, okay? Very cool. Now, there's another thing that I'm working on. Sadly, I don't have it working yet. All right? What do I mean? Well, in the last week over on Kick has implemented a new way to support streamers called Kicks. Kicks are the equivalent of bits on Twitch. It's a digital...
If anybody, here's the thing. I'm on Kick. It's my first time streaming on Kick, even though it says Planet Crafter. I didn't change the description on it. I'm sorry about that. That will be corrected soon. I do stream on Kick. I do multi-stream. I have YouTube, Kick, and Twitch. I do have that. I don't have Facebook gaming and everything else. I don't have an X account. So I wanted to tell you guys that now, and so yeah, I'm working on getting maybe a logo, and maybe I should change my pseudo name to Brooks Gaming, or I don't know. I'm thinking about a few ideas, but for now, I'm keeping it as Metal Gear Fan 2014. I just wanted to tell you guys that. If you want to give me a follow on Kick, you can. It's free. Or give me a follow on Twitch. I'm almost at 260 followers. I really appreciate that. My goal is to become affiliated with one of the streaming services like Kick or Twitch, or even YouTube. But I have to reach a lot of subscribers apparently. So if one of them I reach, that's fine. I don't care. It's like I really would appreciate it. Yeah, so that's what I wanted to tell you guys.
Digital currency that you can purchase from the site, and then you can give kicks to the viewer or to the streamer. People have been doing it already this morning, throwing a few kicks my way. Okay, I told you guys that I would shout out any contributions that are 100 kicks or more, and actually, add them to the leaderboard, and you actually get an animation in chat if you do 100 kicks or more. Okay, so I've been doing this, but the thing is, if you haven't noticed, there's no integration with my stream. When you guys give kicks, there's no pop-up on screen, right? There's no sound effect. There's nothing. That's because they're brand new. Okay? It's absolutely brand new. And it's a situation where No one has integrated it yet because it's something new in the whatever you want to call it. I forget. There's a word for it. The digital feeds that it sends out when you're streaming. So it's something new. Now, it's been a few days, and from what I'm going to understand, there actually are a few services that are integrating with Kick to have Kicks show up. API, thank you. That's what it's called, Kaio. It's the API. It's the digital feed, right? So some are working with it now. All right. I've been checking the pop-up service that I use right now for tips, super chats, memberships, and even subs on Kick has not updated to integrate Kicks yet. I've been checking every single day. In fact, I'll check it live right now. Okay, just to be sure that they have not yet updated. So let's go to, here it is. It would be on recent events, and it would be on this tab, shows all the stuff you want. Kick only has follows, subs, and gifted subs. That's it. They haven't updated it yet to add Kicks. So without there, I can't have the pop-ups. However, last night, as I was getting ready to shut down my stream, my moderator on Kick, Dunsfelter, he said, oh, if you check out Kickbot actually has a thing where they have their own widgets. And you have Kickbot Premium, Phil? I do. I pay for Kickbot every month. So these widgets apparently are supposed to have...
Of course, he pays for premium stuff and all these streaming services that he conducts and everything. So that's nothing new.
Have pop-ups and things that you can do through Kickbot itself. All right. So I looked into this last night, and it says, oh, here's the widget for Kicks. It's there now. I installed the widget. I set it up for 100 kicks or bigger, that when someone does 100 kicks or more, that it should do a pop-up on the screen. Okay? So I got it all set up and ready to go. Here we are. I'm going to go to the widgets page. I'm going to go to the Kick Alerts widget. I'm going to go to Edit. We're going to go to the testing screen. All right? Test events. Here we go. And it doesn't work. I did all this work. I set it all up. It doesn't even work. So they added a new feature to Kickbot, this new widget. It's completely worthless. It doesn't do anything. See? There's no pop-up. I clicked it. Nothing happened. And in fact, we've noticed this over the last couple of days that Kickbot itself is also supposed to be tracking kicks. If I go to chat alerts. So Kickbot is supposed to give an alert when someone subs or gifts a sub, and they do. Like right now, if one of you subscribed or gifted a subscription, there'd be an actual notification in the chat. Kickbot would say, hey, alert, so-and-so subscribed or so-and-so gifted a sub. I enabled kick alerts that says if someone does 100 or more kicks, Kickbot should say, hey, so-and-so did 100 kicks. But we've noticed that hasn't been working. It hasn't been acknowledging any kicks at all, even though I have it enabled. So basically...
You're going on about this Kickbot not working or whatever. Well, here's the thing, man. Just stop complaining. Do your job and try to be better at entertaining. That's my advice. And Duty hits it right on the head every time he streams about you, DSP. There's receipts that these detractors have, and you're just regurgitating mundane stuff to us.
Kick thinks, or Kickbot thinks it has something in it to recognize kicks, and it doesn't. It literally just doesn't. It doesn't exist. They think it's there, but the coding doesn't work. Whether just acknowledging it in chat or the pop-ups. So sadly, I tried. I put effort and time into this. It doesn't work. Okay? There's not much I can do about that. I'm waiting for my standard service, which I use all the time for pop-ups, to actually just update. And hopefully it will update soon, and I'll have pop-ups for kicks. I know that, having the on-screen recognition is a big part of people contributing and saying, oh, I got recognition for my contributions now. They like that, right? I get it. But sadly, it doesn't work. I don't know what to say. I tried Kickbot. It ain't working. Unless someone knows something that I'm doing wrong, I can't imagine what. I'm just using the service as intended and nothing's working. So it is what it is. Okay. Well, I'm hoping to have pop up soon. So, new background removal tool means no more green screen needed, which is awesome. Just to be frank, I didn't like putting it on and off the chair anyway. It was a big hassle. And it also means that hopefully we won't have that artifacting problem where there's things showing up with the background removal when I'm playing games. Hopefully that's done. Hopefully the AI's been improved enough that it stops glitching out like that. And I'm hoping to have pop-ups for Kick soon, but we don't have them yet. Okay? Okay. Cool. Now, folks, today's my final streaming day of the week. Why? Because tomorrow Comcast is supposed.
So, so you guys have a nice day. You guys make sure that if you can, just hit the follow button. And yeah, it's so yeah. Um, guys, have a nice day. I'm gonna get going. So, peace. I'm muting now. So, see you guys.